everyone, and welcome to the Colton. I like the background music, by the way. I kind of feel like we should keep that rolling. Good afternoon. Welcome to this edition of the Colton Joy Unified School District Board of Education meeting for today, September 18th. Yes, we're well into September. Somebody said, I think they said the training wheels are off on the school year, and we are running. We appreciate everyone being here this afternoon. Lots of wonderful things on the agenda, including recognitions and acknowledgments, as well as some business. But we will begin by taking our roll call of members present. So I'll turn it over to Ms. Medina to please call roll of board members.
Mrs. Sandoval?
Present.
Mr. Fuentes?
Present.
Mrs. Flores?
Present.
Mr. Ibarra?
Present.
Mrs. Haro?
Present.
Mr. Flores?
Present. Thank you, Mrs. Medina. At this time, we'll begin our meeting as we do each meeting with the renewal of the Pledge of Allegiance. I'm going to ask Principal Neighbors from Grand Terrace High School to please lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. He made eye contact early, so, you know, he got picked.
All right, please stand. Put your right hand on your heart. Ready, begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Principal Neighbor. And you have that great principal voice, so it's perfect. We offer Spanish translation services for anyone that would like to utilize those services. We have Ms. Cynthia Bueno tonight with us. She is our translator, and I'll ask her to come forward and please share a little more information about our translation services.
So, yes. Thank you, Board President Flores. Good evening all, muy buenas noches a todos. Yo soy Cynthia Bueno, soy recepcionista y traductora del distrito. Si alguien desea servicios de intérprete durante la reunión, puede encontrarme en la mesa trasera, donde pueden adquirir el dispositivo para hacerlo. Muchísimas gracias.
Thank you, Mrs. Bueno. Our first item of business tonight is item 1.3, adoption of the agenda. At this time, there are no recommended amendments to the agenda. Is that correct, Dr. Miranda?
That's correct.
Okay. And so we do not need to make a motion or have any action since the agenda will stand as presented when it was first posted. This takes us to our school showcase for this evening and tonight. We have with us Grand Terrace High School. So once again, I'll ask Principal Neighbors to please come forward and introduce our student leaders who will lead our presentation tonight.
Good evening, Board President Flores, board members, Superintendent Dr. Miranda, and members of the audience. It is my honor to welcome our students. I just want to give you, this is a special week for us. Some of them may say an overwhelming week. It is homecoming week. So the fact that they are here presenting is something that really appreciate and grateful, because not only do we have a homecoming game tomorrow, everyone is welcome, but we also have our homecoming dance on Saturday, which is at Grand Terrace High School, which I know they're doing a great job on. Also, thank you, Mr. Weiss, because I know he's being pulled into a million different directions right now. So definitely grateful for our team. So I'd like to introduce our ASB student presenters. ASB President Nick Romo, ASB Senior Class President Deanna Sandoval, and ASB student leaders Michaela Esquivel and Nehemiah Crossan to present our student showcase.
Good evening, Board President Dan Flores, board members, Superintendent Dr. Miranda, and members of the audience. My name is Nick Romo, and I am this year's ASB President.
My name is Michaela, and I am this year's sophomore class historian.
My name is Nehemiah, and I am a sophomore ASB student leader.
Good evening, members of the board. I am Deanna Sandoval, Senior Class President. We are here tonight to proudly present our Grand Terrace High School Showcase. This school year has been off to a great start, and since then, it's been really busy in Town. With that being said, here are some of our highlights since our last presentation back in May 2nd.
We will begin with our academics. We are thrilled that two of our Titans once again represented the state of California at the International Science and Engineering Fair, the world's largest pre-college science competition. We are incredibly proud of them. On May 8th, Grand Terrace High School proudly hosted the CJUSD Tomorrow's Leaders event in our gym. Students who met GPA and attendance requirements gathered for prize drawings. The highlight each year in Grand Terrace prize a brand new car for a lucky junior or senior. This GTHS very own Fernanda Garcia took home the car. On May 9th, our AVID program celebrated its annual STOL ceremony. AVID seniors shared their future plans and honored a mentor teacher who presented them with their well-earned STOL. On May 13th, our counseling department hosted their annual Honor Guard lunch, recognizing the top 20 seniors of the class of 2025. Our principal, Mr. Neighbors, gave his congratulations before helping present each student with their cord. On May 20th, over 330 seniors were recognized for their academic achievements during Senior Awards Night. After the ceremony, students, families, and guests celebrated with photos to remember the night. On May 22nd, we held our third annual College and Career Commitment Ceremony in which 200 seniors proudly signed a banner committing to their next step: community college, university, military, or trade school. On May 21st, graduating seniors visited their elementary schools, middle school, and former teachers. They reconnected with staff, played at recess, and some even surprised younger siblings and cousins. This annual tradition is one of our favorites. On May 28th, the class of 2025 graduation ceremony was held at the San Manuel Stadium. It was a beautiful evening for our seniors and their families. Fun fact, this was the largest graduating class in U.S. history. The ceremony ended with our traditional fireworks show, lighting up the sky in celebration of our Titans' achievements.
On May 2nd, our choir program hosted its spring concert in the auditorium with Little Mermaid theme. Students performed iconic songs with fun choreography, showcasing their incredible talents. The evening also included a heartfelt tribute to our graduating seniors. On August 6th, our Link Crew program, led by Miss Gray, welcomed over 400 incoming freshmen. Students connected with their Link Crew leaders through icebreakers, team building activities, family groups, and campus tours, and many more, helping to set a positive tone for their first year of high school. On August 26th, GTHS launched its very first PBIS store of the year, giving students the opportunity to redeem their Titan tickets for the variety of prizes, including Titan gear, electronics, and other fun items. The store was a huge success. Students were excited and engaged, creating a positive vibe on campus while reinforcing the values of our PBIS program. On September 5th, our Care Pathway students organized a blood drive in the gym, giving peers and staff the opportunity to donate. The event not only saved lives, but also provided students with a valuable hands-on experience in healthcare.
Our fall sports season is in full swing with football, girls tennis, cross country, band, color guard, cheer, and volleyball, all representing Titan pride. On April 29th, ASB hosted an unforgettable all-school luau, complete with complimentary lays for every student, live dancers in the amphitheater, and plenty of audience participation. The event also featured a variety of delicious food booths and exciting games, creating an unforgettable day for everyone. On Cinco de Mayo, ASB turned the amphitheater into a lively fiesta, bringing the spirit of celebration to Titantown. With upbeat music and vibrant decorations, it was a perfect way to bring the whole school together, especially with Titan staff joining in on the fun. On July 30th, GTHS proudly hosted CJUSD's district-wide kickoff event for all staff members. The gym was filled with energy as employees enjoyed performances, games, a keynote speaker, and inspiring words to start the school year strong. On August 1st, we welcomed back our Titan staff with a fun Western-themed kickoff in the cafeteria, complete with a miniature pony and doll-faced sheep. Teachers dressed up, joined mixers, enjoyed a donated breakfast spread, and took department photos as they giddied up for another great year.
Now with student activities. On May 16th, we lit up the night with our annual Blacklight Sadie's Fest dance in the quad. This year's theme was Rio, and students came ready to shine with glow-in-the-dark paint, glow sticks, tacos, and Dole Whip. It was a night full of music, fun, dancing, and of course, Titan energy. On May 22nd, the class of 2025 came together for their traditional senior sunset themed after the music artist SZA. Seniors shared burgers, snapped photos, and watched the sunset as a class. Highlights included a giant parachute throwback to elementary school days and a balloon release, and also featuring our senior highlight video. On May 30th, our graduating seniors celebrated grad night at Disney's California Adventure. After spending the day park hopping, the night wrapped up with an unforgettable senior celebration in California Adventure. On July 23rd, ASB members, both new and returning, kicked off the year with their summer retreat. Students bonded through icebreakers, brainstormed fresh ideas, and began planning themes for this year's events. On August 6th, it was the first day of the school year, and ASB decorated the campus's entrances, played music, and welcomed staff and students with signs, while counselors helped students find their schedules. During the week of August 11th and through 15th, we celebrated the Week of Welcome, also known as WOW Week. Our annual Week of Welcome brought lunchtime fun all week long. We kicked off Monday with 2 rounds of the watermelon eating contests. Chuck Berry won 4 years in a row. Tuesday, we held the water balloon tosses. Wednesday, we did our Waterfall Wednesday. We trended with over 600,000 views. And then Thursday was our Mario Kart racing. And on Friday, ASB hosted its Titan Family Friday of the first Titan Family Friday of the school year with lunch on the lawn, where students are encouraged to plan picnics and eat with friends, and ASB provides games in the amphitheater. For the second year in a row, seniors participated in our now traditional parking spot painting for the senior class. Students purchased spaces in the east lot, submitted their artwork, and then spent the day painting their designs with the help from family and friends. It was wonderful to see the creativity and individuality reflected in each custom parking space. On August 20th and 21st, ASB and the senior class hosted its 3rd annual Senior Jeans Painting Workshops, and participation more than doubled from last year. Seniors got creative with custom designs, enjoyed music, and had fun decorating their jeans together. It was wonderful to see the students showcase their creativity through their painted senior jeans, while also expressing school pride, and each design turned out amazing. Our senior sunrise for the class of 2026 was held at 5:45 a.m. on August 22nd. This year's senior sunrise theme was inspired by the artist Daniel Caesar. Seniors started their day with donuts, snacks, and drinks, and they ended with photo ops and making senior bracelets, and of course, the traditional balloon release. On August 29th, our Lego-themed fall sports rally filled the gym with excitement. Band, color guard, and cheer opened the show. ASB performed a skit, athletes were recognized, and our student dance groups Marquee and Folkloreo were performed. There were games including the giant Lego stacking that got the crowd hyped, and rallies are always a special time for our school community to come together and celebrate. Later that evening, Titans filled the stands for our first home football game of the season, showing off their school spirit with a fun Minions theme. The crowd went bananas, and it was truly one in a Minion night. The evening was also featured our youth night and our Tiny Titans cheerleaders performing alongside their student mentors during the pre-show and halftime. Our future Titan football players from Junior All-American were recognized, and the Legacy Regiment Band and Color Guard delivered an outstanding halftime performance. It was an unforgettable night of Titan pride. On September 3rd and 4th, our campus was buzzing with activity when we hosted our annual Club Rush. This year's Club Rush brought a Winnie the Pooh theme to the amphitheater, complete with Tigger, Pooh, and friends. Students explored a wide variety of clubs, enjoyed fresh popcorn and cotton candy, and connected with groups that matched their passions and interests. Our goal is for every student to feel a sense of connection and belonging on our campus through Club Rush. On September 4th, we hosted a Western-themed football game. Students came dressed in Western attire, and our cheerleaders sported cowboy hats. Our football team saddled up for victory, securing their first win of the season in a thrilling comeback, defeating Redlands High School 21-19.
As you know, we are in the middle of homecoming week this week, and after this presentation, we are heading back to our campus to continue prepping and setting up for our school's lunchtime activities, rally, football game, and dance. And lastly, for upcoming events we have. Tomorrow, starting off, we have homecoming Corvette presentations, rally, and football game. Saturday, we have homecoming dance with over 700 students and staff in attendance. Next week, we have Soka Senior, and in the same week, we have academic awards. Next month, we have GT Cafe Choir Concert, College Week, College Fair at Lunch, Unity Day, Fall Festival, football game versus Eisenhower, and lastly, we have a costume contest and football game against Rupa Hills on Halloween night. On behalf of the students at Grand Terrace High School, thank you for your time. We welcome any comments and would be happy to answer any questions you may have. Thank you.
Well, thank you for that great presentation, and I'll go ahead and ask my colleagues if there's questions or comments for our student leaders. Please, Mr. Fuentes.
Thank you. I always get excited when you guys come because there's always fun things going on at Grand Terrace High School. And as I can see in the video and all the activities that are going on, and Marcos, right on, brother. It's exciting that you make school fun. I want to go to school again. If I ever go to school again, principal neighbors, you might want to have a 52-year-old man there as a senior, a real senior, actually. But all all three of you, congratulations. Thank you, all four of you, actually, all four of you. Thank you for bringing that presentation. You all did a great job, very well done. Keep doing what you're doing at the school, and I'll see you guys tomorrow at the football game. Thank you.
Great. Thank you, Board Member Fuentes. Other comments, questions from board members? Please.
Well, thank you for the presentation. I love the thunder entrance. It was like, okay, Titans are here. And it was a beautiful video, very well put together, and your narration of it was exceptional, so congratulations on that. I like the fact that you not only have strong academics, but you have so many fun activities, which is also important, you know, specifically the science and engineering fair. That puts Grand Terrace High School at a different level. And also the your AVID at your school. It's also a great program. I did attend your back to school night, which was also very, very good. It was a little warm, but it was very, very nice, and a lot of people in attendance. So I wish you the best year, great year, and looking forward to your next visit here.
Member Flores. Other comments or questions? All right, please, Board Member Thornaheda.
I was really impressed by your presentation tonight, but it makes me think you're having homecoming dance Saturday night. School wasn't like this when I was going to school, and Saturday night back in Minnesota where I grew up, we're having our 55th reunion for my high school class, so it's a little bit different, but it's really exciting to see the kind of activities that you do. I don't know who keeps coming up with those great ideas, but it really looks like a fun place to be, and learning should be fun. And so I was just, congratulations for what you're doing, and it takes a lot of leadership to have those kind of activities, but you're making school fun for so many kids, and maybe they're coming to school more because it is a fun place to go and learn. So good job, thanks.
For that, yes. And again, congratulations, great presentation, and there's always something exciting going on in Titantown. So we're looking forward to the homecoming week and the year, and if you wouldn't mind coming up, we'd love to shake your hands. All right, well, this brings us to our special presentations for this evening. I'm going to go ahead and take a little bit of a liberty here of flipping things. Joanne, I'm going to go ahead and take 3.2 first, since we have some special guests here, our incredible delegation from La Sierra. So I'm going to turn it over to Dr. Mooney, our Director of Secondary Education, to introduce our guests and talk a little bit about this exciting partnership that we have this evening.
Absolutely. Good evening, President Flores, esteemed board members, Superintendent Dr. Miranda, Executive Cabinet, and honored guests. As Director of Secondary Education for Colton Joint Unified School District, it is my privilege to present a truly exciting new partnership for our district that is on the agenda for your consideration. Tonight, we welcome representatives from La Sierra University, including Dr. Arthur, the president of the university. The proposed agreement will offer our students, let me get to that next slide real quick. Thank you. The proposed agreement will offer a direct admission opportunities for qualified CJUSD high school students. This collaboration marks a significant step forward in ensuring greater access to higher education for our students, building bridges from our classrooms to university success. At this time, I would like to invite Dr. Arthur to come up and introduce his staff and share a few remarks on behalf of La Sierra University.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Mr. Mooney. Thank you. Mr. President Flores, Superintendent Miranda, members of the board, allow me to introduce my colleagues who are here with us this evening. Our provost, Dr. Leslie Martin. Please stand and be recognized. Yes, yeah. our Associate Provost, Manish Train, Dr. Manish Train. To make sure I behave myself, Public Relations, Miss Darla Tucker. Please stand and be recognized. So at last year, we believe in access to every young person who wants to go to college, who needs a college education. We are a very diverse university. More than 2/3 of our students are persons of color, Hispanics, African American, Native Hawaiian, Asian. We're a Hispanic-serving institution. More than half of our students identify as Hispanic. So we're a very diverse institution. We're HSI, Hispanic-serving institution, and we're very proud that that's part of our heritage. We're known for our strong academics. We're a comprehensive university with over 120 majors, so students can find a whole array of majors in which they can study. Our faculty, I think we have the best faculty in the nation. It's not usual that you'll have freshman students, their first year in college, to be part of faculty members' research. But that's what we do because we believe in pouring into our students. So we have students who are freshmen and they're in the labs and other research activities with faculty. Many of our students, before they graduate, not simply present at conferences, but publish in peer-reviewed journals. And so they become top of the line to go on to any prestigious academic graduate program because they published before graduation. Recently, some of our students went to a conference to present. They were juniors. And the faculty were there with them. After they presented, a faculty from a different university looked to a student and said, I have a question for this junior faculty. What? The junior faculty? Where's the junior faculty? No, yeah, you're the junior faculty. And the student got up and said, I'm not a junior faculty. I'm a junior at La Sierra University. That was the caliber of the presentation. So we pour into our students, and our students do well. And we want to make ourselves available to the students in your district so they can come, receive a top quality education, and prepare themselves for the future. Many of our students are the first to go to college. And one such student, I'll end with her, Jacqueline, from this part of Southern California, told me her story. Her parents moved to Southern California from Mexico, met here, fell in love, and the product of that is Jacqueline. She's a Gates Scholar. Bill and Melinda Gates provide funding to go to college. Jacqueline is a Gates Scholar, and she's completing a degree with us. And talking with me, Jacqueline said, my biggest ambition, my goal in life, is to lift my parents because my parents still live in a trailer park. And she said to me, sir, as La Sierra lifts me, I in turn lift my parents. And my dream in life is to lift. I call my parents often. Whenever I feel energized and I learn something new, I pass it on to my parents because I want to lift them up. She represents our student body. That's who we are at La Sierra University. So here's my invitation to you. Come by, visit us. And open invitation probably is not in your bylaws, but if it is, your next board meeting, have it on my campus. I want to give you a tour, see who we are, see what we do, and to make ourselves available to your students. We'll treat them well. We'll take care of them. We're looking forward to this partnership. Thank you very much.
So thank you, Dr. Arthur, and thank you to the entire La Sierra University team for your commitment to supporting our students' futures. We welcome any comments and questions.
Yeah, if you don't mind, I'll jump right in there. Dr. Arthur, thank you so much for this opportunity that you're providing to us. And I think what's so valuable, and you talked about this, the importance of access for students. And access has to be more than just potential opportunity. It has to be real. It has to be realized. And I think, and what we find here in our district with many of our students and families, is that they don't realize that college can become a reality for them. Our students are talented. They're brilliant. They have experiences that they bring with them, the resiliency from their background and their families. But so often they're not shown the opportunity, the path, or the reality of a college education. They don't realize that that's something that they can do. And so I think it's not only important that, yes, I think we all want to take you up on that offer and we want to tour your beautiful campus, but we've got to get our parents there, we've got to get our students there, and we have to help them realize that a college education is attainable, is accessible, and it's for them. And we know the transformative power of that. Many of us in the district that work for the district, many of us sitting on this dais are first-generation college kids. And you are absolutely correct that it is transformative not only for the student, but for the entire family.
Absolutely.
And I am so excited because this creates a pathway that now for our students, and not just our high school students, I have one in middle school as well as high school, but my middle school student, we talk about college. My 6th grade student, she talks about college quite a bit and where she's gonna go and what she wants to study. She wants to be a veterinarian, she loves animals. So we talk about the education that's required to do that. But it becomes part of that lexicon and the dialogue so that then the students realize, yes, this is something that I can achieve. So I want to thank you personally and on behalf of the board for this opportunity. Thank you so much, appreciate that. And I think we probably have a few other comments from board members. I know there's a lot of us excited. So I'll turn it over to board member Ibarra, please.
Thank you, Dan. And once again, I just want to thank you, Dr. Arthur, for being here and bringing this opportunity to all our students here at Cone Joint Unified School District. As you know, our students are always looking for opportunities. And as we take a look at what's out there for them, we've been very diverse as a district, providing them with opportunities academically, vocationally, and even militarily, by having ROTC on our campuses as well. And I was thinking as you were talking, you know, one of the things that we need to do is make sure that our students are familiar with your campus. And I think there probably wouldn't be a better way to start than with our avid students who go out and visit universities and colleges throughout the year. And I think that because not only do the students go, there's parent participation when they go, and we need to market it in a sense that they become aware of La Sierra, not that too far from home, just down the street. A lot of positives. You mentioned many of them: the academics, the support, the nurturing that comes along with what you and your staff offers. And I think that this would probably be a great opportunity, and we just need to take advantage as far as letting, like our president, Mr. Flores said, letting the parents know that you're available, and definitely letting our students go and visit and take a look. And one of the other things I was thinking that we could also do is if you can have counselors, teachers come down and speak to our 3 high schools, well, actually all our high schools. We have Slover as well, and make them aware of what you have to offer. Because once again, I'm a big proponent of opportunity. Opportunity makes things grow. And if they see an opportunity just down the 10 freeway, then it may be something that they may choose to take advantage of. And we want to make sure that they at least know that you're there. So thank you very much for being here, to you and your staff.
Board Member Ibarra, other comments, questions? Please, Board Member Bertha Flores.
Okay. We as a board I know, well, me, and I'm sure my board members, my colleagues agree, we're honored and proud to enter into partnership with your prestigious university. And one thing I think that we both have in common, our district and your university, is the strong commitment to equity and to diversity. So for that, I'm really excited to see what the things that we can do for our students.
Yes,
Thank you.
Sure, please, Board Member Fuentes.
Thank you. Thank you for coming out, Dr. Arthur and your team. I think my colleagues have said everything I wanted to say, but one of the comments is, you made me smile when you shared Jacqueline's story with us, because that's what we want to hear when we have students that uplift parents, because they're the ones that actually make things happen for them. And that just tells me that La Sierra University uplifts their students and commits to their students and gives them that passion to do that. So I want to thank you, because that smile is never going to go away. Thank you.
Wonderful. Well, at this time, we would love to take a photo with you if we can, right here in the well. So we'll go ahead and meet you here in the well, and we'll take a group photo. I knew I liked them. Okay. Yeah. Wonderful. Well, thank you for that wonderful presentation. We look forward to approving that item a little later on the agenda and kicking off our partnership with La Sierra. We'll go ahead and jump back to item 3.1. This is our employee recognition item. And so I'm going to ask our directors of human resources, I believe we have Dr. Cervantes and Mr. Enciso here, to please present our employee recognition for this month.
Good evening, Board President Flores, board members, Superintendent Dr. Miranda, and members of the audience. At this time, we would like to present our certificated management of the month, and that is Missy Kingston. Sorry, we couldn't resist. And Christina said it's okay because it's a Mylar balloon. And presenting her is Assistant Superintendent Dr. Anthony Ortiz.
Good evening, Board President Flores, board members, and Dr. Miranda. It's exciting to be able to present one of my own team members from my division for this distinguished award. I'm going to go ahead and do two things. I'm going to read the statement by Ms. Sally Lopez Marquez, who's the teacher who nominated Ms. Kingston. I'm going to end with my own comments. So I'm going to go ahead and read her statement. So I'd like to nominate Ms. Melissa Kingston for Employee of the Month. Missy, as most of us know her, embodies every quality we value in a teammate: hardworking, honest, helpful, knowledgeable, approachable, and truly inspiring to those around her. She is the go-to person for so many of us. When someone has a question or needs guidance, she's the one people call, or so I hear, because she almost always knows the answer and gives clear, thoughtful directions that helps with decision-making. Her advice is trusted, practical, and always grounded in what's best for students. No matter how busy Missy is, she remains with a smile, which makes her approachable and always genuinely willing to help. She never makes anyone feel like a burden and always takes time to support others, whether it's answering a quick question, offering a solution, or simply being a sounding board. Her knowledge and calm leadership make her a pillar of the Colton team. What's even more remarkable is that in everything she does, she keeps kids' success at the center. Her decisions, her work ethic, and interactions all reflect her deep commitment to helping students thrive. She leads by example, showing us what it means to serve with heart and purpose. It's no surprise that whenever her name comes up, it's immediately followed by, "She is so awesome." I think that should become her tagline. Her positive energy, deep expertise, and unwavering dedication make her not just an outstanding employee of Colton, but someone we all look up to. It's time we recognize her the way she truly deserves. I used to work side by side with Missy, but I have since gone back to the classroom. She still stands as my role model, and I can still call her for advice. Even though I'm in the classroom, I'm never surprised when her name from colleagues is followed by "She's so awesome." So in honor of Missy, instead of writing something long, I did an acrostic poem using her last name, Kingston. So K, knowledgeable about the law and her work. I, incredibly dependable and responsible. N, never misses a day. Her attendance is stellar. G, great sense of dry, edgy humor. S, short in stature, but strong in her convictions. T, trustworthy, responsive, and always available. She's one of those that no matter time of day or weekend or whatever, she's going to pick up the phone or respond to the text messages that we have. O, open and honest. She's going to give it to you straight, whether you want it or not. So. And N, natural leader who adds value to my division. So on behalf of Student Services Division, Miss, I just want to congratulate you and thank you. Appreciate it.
I just want to say thank you. I was very surprised by this and humbled and honored to receive the recognition. Thanks for all the love and support over the years from my own family, my work family. I love working for Colton. I've spent, really, I was thinking about it, half my life just about here. This is my 27th year. Just look forward to the future of serving the community for CJUSD, so thank you.
One more round of applause for Missy Kingston. And that concludes our presentation for tonight.
Thank you. Thank you so much for that. And it's proof that even if you miss the meeting, you're supposed to be recognized. You can run, but you can't hide. We will find you and recognize you. So thank you again for recognizing Missy and all the wonderful things she does. Next on our agenda, we have a couple of public hearings under items 4. So 4.1 is the Association of Colton Educators, Sunshine for Colton Joint Unified School District. So at this time, I will go ahead and open the public hearing. I do not have any public speaker cards. Ms. Medina, do you have public speaker cards for this item? You do not. Does anyone wish to speak on item 4.1? All right, hearing none, we will go ahead and close the public hearing. And that concludes item 4.1. Item 4.2 is Colton Joint Unified School District Sunshine for Association of Colton Educators. Once again, I will open the public hearing. I do not have any speaker slips in front of me. I'll ask Ms. Medina, do you have any cards? Does anyone wish to speak on item 4.2? All right. Hearing none, I will go ahead and close the public hearing for item 4.2, and that concludes the item. This brings us to public comment. All right. Just a reminder to all our public comment speakers, I would ask that you please come to the podium and address your comments to the Board of Education. We do have a 3-minute limit on public comments. And while we can't necessarily respond or engage in a conversation due to the Brown Act, please know that we hear you, and we will certainly refer you to the correct personnel to follow up. So we want to make sure that you get the information that you need. So our first speaker for this evening is Mr. Michael Morales.
Can you hear me? Okay. Good evening. I just want to start by saying I think I need a spot over there with the Grand Terrace. I'll meet you over there. Board Member Fuentes. That was an amazing presentation. All right. Good evening, members of the school board. My name is Michael Morales, and I'm here today as a concerned parent of Bloomington High School student athlete. I've been a registered nurse for nearly 25 years and worked as an EMT for 6 years before that. Currently, I serve as a nursing administrator for one of the largest freestanding medical offices in San Bernardino County, where I oversee 70 physicians across 19 specialties, and a key part of my role is mitigating risks to patients, to staff, and the organization from litigation. Tonight, I want to speak about safety and risk for our student athletes, our schools, and our district. At Bloomington High School, our athletic trainer is out on maternity leave. We've been told coverage will only be provided during games, leaving practices uncovered. This is alarming because one study by Johns Hopkins University reports that 62% of all organized sports-related injuries occur during practice. Without a trainer present, care is delayed, treatment is compromised, and recovery time is extended. Meanwhile, Colton High School has a full-time trainer. Grand Terrace High School, I believe, is using a substitute trainer available at this time. That leaves Bloomington uncovered, creating inequity within our district, and inequity creates risk to student health, risk to liability for the district. The district had advance notice of this maternity leave. Choosing not to act while ensuring other schools remain covered could be viewed as negligence. In today's litigious environment, that is a serious liability. Research led by Aaron Shore at the University of North Carolina National Center for Catastrophic Sports Injury Research shows that schools with athletic trainers experience lower rates of fatalities and permanent disability following catastrophic injuries. The risk is not hypothetical. In Maryland, the Howard County school system is facing a lawsuit after a student athlete went into cardiac arrest at practice. Without a first responder present, the student went without care for 15 minutes, resulting in permanent quadriplegia. Closer to home, Corona Del Mar High School faced a $31 million settlement after a sports-related traumatic brain injury. These cases demonstrate the enormous costs, both human and financial, of failing to be proactive and implementing safety measures while mitigating risk. The evidence is clear. Most injuries occur at practice, and the presence of an athletic trainer significantly reduces the risk of catastrophic outcomes. I urge the board to take swift action, hire a temporary trainer, either directly or through contract, or create an additional substitute position to cover Bloomington High School. By doing so, you will protect our student athletes, reduce liability for the district, and show that equity and safety are true priorities. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Morales. And I'm going to refer you to Dr. Ortiz. We just had a brief conversation before the meeting. We do have a plan in place, but thank you for bringing that to our attention. That's a serious matter, and we will address it. So thank you, Dr. Rowe. Our next speaker is Matthew Hernandez.
Good evening, Superintendent Dr. Miranda, Board President Flores, and board members. I am Matthew Hernandez, and I am the chairman for the Relay for Life Colton Grand Terrace Cancer Walk that is held at Colton High School Football Stadium each year. This year, I'm excited to announce that we are celebrating our 20th anniversary that Relay has been held in the city of Colton. 20 years ago, Relay started with 5 teams and 30 participants. Before COVID in 2020, our relay had grown to 70 teams and 8,000 participants. Since 2020, our relay has been in a rebuilding mode. This year, we have 45 teams signed up, plus about 18 outside vendors, expecting 2,000 to 2,500 participants. In the 20 years, our relay has raised $1.24 million. Those funds go towards research, providing rides for patients to and from treatments, providing lodging for patients and their caregivers near treatment centers, all free of charge. There are many families that have been touched by cancer, mine included. In 2021, my mom passed away from leukemia, her third fight with cancer. So I do this in memory and honor of her. One thing that Relay does brings communities together to fight this disease. The continuation of this vital work is possible with your help, making a real difference in the lives, and together a future free from cancer can be created. Each year, you all have taken the first step in the fight against cancer, and that is approving and allowing us to use the football stadium at Colton High School for our event. We thank you for that and for your continued support and dedication in the fight against cancer. Our relay event is on Saturday, September 27th. Yes, 10 days away. Thank God. We placed an invitation card along with a small goodie bag at your seat. And at this time, I would like to formally invite you all not to only come to our event throughout the day, but to join us at our opening ceremony activities kicking off to 20 years relaying. Opening ceremonies will take place at 9 a.m., followed by our first lap dedicated to our survivors and their caregivers. The day is filled with games, raffles, food, music, and short ceremonies. Our relay committee has been planning this event all year and is committed to a smooth event and is excited to see that it is finally right around the corner. Support can make this year's Relay for Life the most impactful yet. Working together can help save lives. Thank you for the relationship that has been established between Colton School District and Relay. I look forward to seeing you all on Saturday, September 27th at Colton High School Stadium. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Hernandez, and we look forward to seeing you as well. Thank you for the invitation. Those are all the public comment speaker slips I have for this evening, so we will go ahead and close public comment. And this takes us to our administrative presentations. And item 6.1 is our unaudited actuals presentation. So I'm going to go ahead and call Assistant Superintendent Fromm and Ms. Sarabia to please lead this presentation.
Tonight we're here to project the unaudited actuals. Here we go. That was not showing up here. The unaudited actuals present a comprehensive financial conditions of our district as of June 30th, 2025. This is a critical report that serves multiple purposes for our educational community and regulatory compliance.
Good evening, Board President Flores, board members, Superintendent Dr. Miranda, and members of the audience. This slide here shows the comparison between what was projected last spring versus what actually happened at the end of the year. Overall, our revenues came in $3.2 million higher than expected, largely due to a fair market value adjustment required under GASB accounting rules, along with stronger interest earnings than we had expected. Expenditures came in $4.1 million higher, mainly from salaries and benefits that shifted from restricted resources, as well as capital projects and technology purchases. The net effect was a slightly larger deficit than anticipated, coming in at $976,000 more than initially projected. Even with deficit spending, the district maintains a strong fund balance of $92.6 million, supported by the strategic use of one-time funds in prior years. This reserve helps us manage rising operational costs and the impacts of declining enrollment. This graph shows how close the estimates were to the final numbers. This accuracy is a result of the hard work of the fiscal services team. With a team of 20 staff members, everyone plays a vital role in these reports and the success of successfully closing the year. So I would like to, thank them for the job that they did this year in our reporting for the district. Next slide. This slide shows our education protection account, which is a state mandated fund that can only be used for classroom instruction. In 24-25, the district received $64.1 million, all of which was used to support certificated classroom staff. This amount is included within the $282.7 million this district received in LCFF revenues. Nearly 87% of our unrestricted spending goes to salaries and benefits. This reflects the people-centered nature of education. It takes staff to run schools and serve students. The rest is spread across books and supplies, services, capital outlay, and inter-fund transfers.
So this is how we spend our money in 24-25. We invested $236 million in staff. Staff cost represents the largest portion of our expenditures, reflecting our commitment to attracting and retaining quality educators and support staff who make impact on student success. We spent $7 million on learning materials last year. Everything from books and classroom to art supplies to robotics kits, STEM programs, and supplies for maintenance and offices. So if you walk into a classroom and see students doing hands-on science experiments or reading with brand new materials, that is what this spending makes possible. Spotlight enrichment through services. $21.2 million went into services that expanded our opportunities for students and support district operation. This covers assemblies that inspire kids, buses that take them on field trips, after-school programs that keep them safe and engaged, and professional development that help teachers grow. These services are where the dollars turn into experiences, the kind of moment that students remember years later. Building on our future, we invested $2.5 million in capital outlay, which includes things like new buses, technology upgrades, and facility improvements. This isn't just about fixing what's broken, it's about creating spaces and resources where students can thrive. Whether it is a safer ride to school, better Wi-Fi, modern classrooms, these investments shape the learning and environments for our students.
The district made $52.4 million in contributions to ensure that critical programs are fully funded. $33.5 million went to our special education programs, ensuring that our most vulnerable students receive the services they need. $12.2 million went to our routine maintenance, keeping schools safe and operational. $5.3 million went for risk management, which protects the district from liabilities. And $1.5 million went for child development and technology, supporting our youngest learners and creating future-ready classrooms. Beyond the general fund, the district has 11 other funds, all of which ended the fiscal year with a positive fund balance.
Next step at Future Focus. Our next step is an independent audit to validate all of these results. We'll be preparing for first interim report this fall for the 25-26 school year. We will continue monitoring expenses closely to ensure fiscal responsibility, and above all, we will stay focused on aligning financial resources to student success. Thank you. And any questions? But before, I love this picture. We decided to change up our presentation, thank you to Maria Amanda, to show us why we're here for students. And this one is the best picture of all because it shows the beginning of education here and then the end of it. So I thought it was a perfect slide to put here at the end of our presentation. So, any questions?
Thank you for that. Questions, comments from board members? There's a lot of good information included in that. No? Let me ask a couple questions. If we can jump to slide 3. and this is something that was touched upon, and it's really important. This is obviously the numbers in which we're going to be ending the year here, which we technically ended the year. There we go. All right. So it's been some time since we've actually ended the year with a true deficit, and we're here with a deficit. Actually, a little more than what we anticipated. It's not uncommon to budget a deficit. I've seen that in multiple budgets here at the district, but we've been very good throughout the year through a variety of means, being able to save money, and then we usually end the year a little bit in the black. It may not be much, but it is. But this time we're ending with a true deficit. Can you talk a little bit about that and what changes are taking place, I'll say, because there's also a difference between a one-time deficit, which may be planned, and then a structural deficit, which, quite frankly, is what many districts across California are looking at because of changes like declining enrollment. So can we talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, so we're out of one-time money. 2020, school districts up and down the state were flushed with one-time dollars because of COVID and that. In past years, we were able to take salaries and move them over to the restricted, move expenses to there to use up those funds. Those funds are all now gone and that. So that has a huge part to play in it as well.
So that's a good point. So we were, I think, again, smart in utilizing those one-time monies that came from the feds, maybe even the state that came through COVID. We utilized those, saving some of those ongoing, but those funds are gone, and so now we are truly spending the revenues that we have available to us, predominantly from the state. Going forward, and I know we usually do our projections, but what is the estimated annual deficit going forward? Do we know? 1, 2, year 3 out? We've done our projections. We've approved them. So what's the ballpark on those?
So next year, rolling this deficit into the next one, it doubles to 32 million, and it continues to go. But those are projections down the road, and that's if we don't do anything to address those as it sits here today. We are addressing it. We're working on aligning our expenditures to our revenues by tackling the low-hanging fruit first, looking at expenses that we can still move over to restricted funding, positions we can move over there, things along that line as well too. So we're not going to sit by and not do anything, because if we do, it's just going to continue to grow. So it's going to be a lot of hard work, but making sure we keep our investments focused on students and their needs. So we got to look at our needs and align our resources to our needs. And then also we need to take a look at what we're investing our dollars in currently, and if we're not seeing the results that we're getting, then we need to make choices to determine if we're going to keep investing in those or put those funds elsewhere as well.
Well, I just had Board President that over the last several years, we've been expecting those dollars to run out. We've been aligning our staffing every year to the decline in enrollment. So that's where you start. The biggest threat to what's happening, as you mentioned, decline in enrollment, that's the biggest threat to all budgets, because we see significant losses there. So because 87 or so % of the budget is salary and benefits, that's where alignment through attrition is a big way that we've done it. We've worked with our partners, our union partners on that, so to ensure that the staffing ratios are within alignment, if you will, and also looking at the other resources. That's where we've been strategic on that the last several years. Otherwise, the deficit becomes structural, and then after that you have nowhere to go. And so I will add that Greg and I, we've started working on what we call the budget stability plan to ensure that even though the next 3 years out, when you look at the multi-year projections, look solid, we're able to meet our reserves, and the reserves are still really high. Let me also stress, this is the unrestricted account. It's not the total budget. So that's another piece, but that doesn't really help us down the road. So we do look 4 or 5 years out in terms of, that's why we're really focused on decline enrollment and what's happening with that, so that we can make adjustments there. And so it's a lot of moving parts, but we're really focused on that alignment piece. And not only that, but I'll just say this, you'll see that we're pleased to inform the board that our ADA for the first month is up,
It's 94.2% overall. That's over a 1.1% increase, which is huge for our district. So you're seeing those measures, the 10, 10, 95, the 95, our schools and our principals that are out there doing a phenomenal job with that. That is just what we're doing. We're advertising and trying to come up with plans to attract more people to not only show up, but to enroll in our schools. And you see commercials and advertisement. Because we also have to look at it from the revenue side. We don't have much control over that because that's state control. But whatever we can do, and again, we stress ADA and coming to school, not just because, I mean, obviously kids that need to come to school to learn, number one, but also we're funded, and Ray says this all the time, you know, we're funded by ADA, which is a faulty way to fund schools. We don't get funded on how many kids we enroll, but rather how many kids show up. And that is where we're doing a good job with that. Thank you for that. So I hope that helps a little bit. I don't know if you guys want to add anything, but I thought I'd mention that.
Dr. Miranda is absolutely right. The students, 1 percentage point we can raise our ADA is $1 million+ that brings in that. So we need to get our kids to school here, and we're working on ways to recruit, should I say, students from outside our district. We have opportunities to do that. We're very unique here where we border 4 different districts. So we're marketing to try to get students to enroll, marketing to keep students here as well too, because we lose some of them based on proximity to Fontana schools from where their middle schools are, and that. So it's getting the word out, marketing too, because we're doing, as you've seen in our board meetings the last couple of weeks, there's awesome things going on here, and we're working on marketing that, keeping people to stay and recruit them in as well. But it's just managing our funding to match our revenue to our expenses and making smart decisions where we're going to invest in the district, and that's what it is. And that's why this PowerPoint was very important, because we saw what we're doing. We invested in facilities, in our students, in our teachers, and all of our staff, which we need all of that so kids can be successful and learn.
I appreciate that, and thank you, Dr. Moran. And you're right, ADA is important. And the example that I give to folks who sometimes ask, well, I don't understand how this ADA thing works, or why is it so regardless of whether a classroom is full or half full, whether you have 15 kids or 30 kids, you're still paying the teacher. That campus is still being cleaned. The lawns are still getting mowed. You have fixed costs. That's essentially what we're talking about. These are fixed costs to operating our sites, whether you have a third of the kids there, half the kids there, or all the kids there. So when we don't have all of the kids, we're getting a third of the money or a half of the money, but we still have 100% of the cost. So it's a simple analogy, but I think it helps folks understand that our doors will be open, classrooms will be open, people will be ready to teach, to provide support services. Campuses are going to be cleaned and maintained, whether a child steps on campus or not. And there's a dollar amount associated with that. And so yes, not only, we have to address the reality of declining enrollment, which again, I'll reiterate, it is not just the Colton Joint Unified School District challenge. It is across the county and it's across the state of California. So we are not in any different situation than others, although I'll say actually we've done a better job of smoothing that out. Other districts, particularly out west, have just seen their enrollment drop like a rock. I mean, there's been school closures in communities near the beach and other Orange County communities, LA County communities. They've seen school closures with substantial losses. We've not encountered that yet. But one way of staving that off is increasing our ADA and making sure that kids are getting to school so they can learn and that we can have the resources to make sure that they're supported. So, but I will reiterate, and thank you for being prudent. And we have been, throughout my duration here and beyond, we've been very good and smart. I mean, we have a very healthy fund balance. Let's be honest about that. But at $13–14 million deficit that could potentially grow, $92 million can disappear very quickly. And so we can't take it for granted that we've got enough there to get us through whatever it might be, because we don't know when that next turn is going to come. So we have to be smart. So I look forward to the future presentations about how we're going to make those adjustments intelligently, protecting the students and those core services, protecting our staff, and then seeing how we can make adjustments. So I appreciate it. But thank you, Dr. Miranda. Any other comments, questions? So, yeah. We're going to get out ahead of this, clearly, and we're in good position. And I appreciate it. We've not seen some of the challenges, cuts, or layoffs. Let's just call it what it is that other districts in Southern California have seen already. So, and that's a tribute to the work that you all do. So thank you, and thank you, Dr. Miranda. Appreciate it. All right. This takes us to our action session items for this evening. Turn the page here. We have action session items 7.1 through 7.44. I am going to ask that we pull item 7.11 for separate consideration, and I will ask if there are any other items that board members wish to pull for separate consideration.
7.41, please.
Any others? All right, hearing none, I will entertain and ask for a motion to approve items 7.1 through 7.44 with the exception of items 7.11 and 7.41.
So move.
Motion by Board Member Ibarra. Is there a second? Second by Board Member Thorien Ojeda. Any comments or questions? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions?
I abstain.
No, you,
Is that number?
no, that's
Oh,
we've,
sorry.
that's
My
okay.
bad.
So you're a yes vote on the balance.
Yes,
okay.
I'm good.
All right, just to clarify, then that will be a. That's all right. It's a 7-0 vote to approve the items with the exception of 7.11 and 7.41. So those are approved. Excellent. I'm going to jump to 7.41 only because I do want to allow for Mr. Fuentes to abstain on 7.11. 7.41, I'll ask if there is a motion for approval of 7.41. Okay, I have a motion. Is there a second? Okay, Board Member Sandoval seconded. All right, Board Member Haro, comments, questions? No? Okay, just a vote. All right. All those in favor of item 7.41, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions? All right, the item is approved with Board Member Haro dissenting. And that takes us to item 7.11. And just one quick point of clarification. Beautiful. Just want to make sure we get that point of clarification. So at this time, we'll ask for a motion for item 7.11. I'll go ahead and move that one, 7.11. Is there a second on item 7.11? Okay. We have a second by Board Member Thorien Ojeda. Mr. Fuentes.
Yes, I am gonna abstain on it because I am employed with one of the contracts on there, which is Young Visionaries. And I'm gonna step away.
Okay, we do have a motion to approve item 7.11 and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? We have Board Member Fuentes, obviously, who did abstain and left the dais. So it is approved, Joanne, with 6 board members voting. And that concludes our action session items. And we'll jump into administrative reports. All right. Are there any questions or comments on items 8.1 or 8.2 under administrative reports? All right. We do not have a facilities update for this evening, and that takes us to our ACE update.
Good evening, President Flores, members of the Board of Education, Superintendent Dr. Miranda, Cabinet and community members. On behalf of Association of Colton Educators, I thank you for the opportunity to speak tonight as we present our Sunshine proposal for the 25-26 school year. Our educators, from our brand new teachers to our most experienced veterans, come to work each day with one mission in mind: to ensure that every child in Colton has access to the highest quality education in a safe, supportive environment. These are the foundations that allowed our educators to do their best work in the service of students, and they align directly with our shared district vision of academic excellence and safe and supportive schools. I also want to highlight the tremendous growth of our induction program here in CJUSD. As you know, I'm very proud of that program. Currently, we have 45 trained coaches, most of whom are trained in cognitive coaching, working with 75 induction candidates. This investment ensures that our newest teachers are not only supported, but are growing into reflective practitioners who will remain in education and in Colton for years to come. This is one of the best examples of how collaboration between ACE and the district translates directly into student success. Our team is formed of 4 ACE members and 3 district administrators. As we enter negotiations, ACE remains committed to good faith dialogue and solutions that will move our district forward. Our goal is not only to retain and support our current staff, but to make Colton a place where educators want to come, stay, and thrive. We are also looking into negotiating the calendar for 26-27 and 27-28 potentially. And our goal is to be done with that by the first board meeting in December, as some of us are planning vacations. Thank you for your time and for your partnership and ensuring that Colton is a nice place to work and live. And I really enjoyed Grand Terrace High School presentation. I never had a high school presentation, a high school experience in the States, but I want to go there, except they have too many balloons.
Thank you, Mrs. Parachi. Our CSE update. No update today? All right. Thank you, Mr. Guadarrama. MAC update.
Good evening, Board President Flores, board members, Superintendent Dr. Miranda, and members of the audience. First, I would like to say Happy Hispanic Heritage Month. As a proud CJUSD Latina, the first Bloomington High School principal, Latina principal, I am very thankful for all of the things that this district has offered. Many of you know that I am an alumni of CJUSD, graduate of Colton High School, and also have been born and raised in this district, as well as raised through the ranks of classified staff member, certificated staff member, and now principal. So I wanted to share that because I believe in all the power and opportunities that CJUSD has offered our students, and I'm thankful for that, and I hope that we can continue to inspire many generations moving forward. So with that, CJUSD MAC would like to share an update. Sorry. Next slide, please. Thank you. For those of you who don't know, we currently have our MAC board, which is our board is a 2-term service. They will be retiring or finishing out their term in this school year, the 26 school year. And so I am serving as a board president. We have a VP of legislation, John Abbott, VP of equity, Adrina Frejo, VP of membership. We have a vacancy currently, so if any management members are interested in joining, we'd gladly welcome you. We have a secretary, Tiffany Davis, treasurer, Amber Duran, and we have 2 alternate representatives, Charlie Neighbors and Sebastian Prachi. Next slide. Since our terms are ending, we do have an opportunity for voting. So we'd love to have you as a management team member. Regardless if you're part of MAC or not, you may submit recommendations for nominees to represent on our board. We have all of our available areas to nominate, and so we have a form there. And we've also sent this out in a newsletter to all of our MAC members. This year, we are trying to change some things up, and so we want to make sure that when people register and join MAC, that they also receive their CJUSD shirt. And one thing you may notice there with our shirt is we have the MAC logo, we have the Achievement, Equity, and Wellness statement, which is our district's vision, and then we also have on the sleeve, it says one team, because we also want to continue to foster the district's purpose of serving with purpose as one district. And now I'm going to turn this over to Adrina Frejo, who will talk about our next social event.
Thank you, Yvette. Good evening, Board President Flores, board members, Superintendent Dr. Miranda, and members of the audience. AXA would like to invite everyone to the social that we're going to be having on October 20th. We'd like to invite all AXA members and all management, as we would like to continue to build community. And if you can save the date and join us, we're going to be doing some laser tag, pool, arcade games, gel blasters. That one looks fun. And of course, we're going to have some good eats. So a special invite also to our board members as well. Thank you.
And then we also have our Women in Leadership Network event that's coming up on October 18th. So we encourage some of our women leaders to get connected and attend this wellness gathering. Next slide. And then as a reminder to all of our new management members, we want to encourage you to join AXA. There's many reasons why you should join AXA, but among them are professional development, networking opportunities, professional legal assistance, and professional liability coverage. Also, you receive a leadership magazine and newsletter each month, and there's many more reasons to join AXA, so there's a link there for you as well. And that concludes our presentation for MAC. Thank you very much.
Thank you for the presentation. Lots of wonderful things happening. All right. This takes us to ROP update.
Talk about one thing that since it's the beginning of the school year, there's not a whole lot yet, but the CRIROP team and our Colton Adult School principal, Mrs. Hatter, toured the San Bernardino County Fleet Management Facility. The visit aimed to cement our partnership and continued support for our adult vehicle maintenance technician program. And when they went to this event, they realized that this facility uses the same tire balancing machine, all the machines that we have in our automotive classrooms in the 3 districts. We're using the same equipment that they're using at the adult school, at the fleet management facility. And it's so much so that they decided that they have room over there and they want to build a classroom for CRIROP to use for students and for the adult school. So it's really exciting that other people are jumping on board. So that's pretty cool. So I wanted to share that. Frank?
Oh, that was exciting to hear that that they're interested in doing that. We did get an opportunity to congratulate our superintendent of CRIROP, Mr. Angle, for a very, very successful evaluation from the board. He's done a stellar job, and every year everything seems to grow. I think the main thing is that there's always something new going on with him. He's always looking to move forward and bringing in, as an example, aviation to CRIROP, opportunity for students to learn how not only to build an airplane, but how to fly an airplane. He's also bringing in the electrical car maintenance, mechanics, and every school that has a mechanic shop will get an electric car to build and learn how to service. So we were very pleased. Those were a couple of things. The one thing that I kind of mentioned that I was glad that he did is that he's very, very visible. You'll see him on Facebook, you'll see him on Instagram, you'll see him on TikTok, you'll see him at every school throughout 3 districts, and he gets along well with all the students, and it shows. So part of the game there is marketing and making sure that students are aware of what CRIROP has to offer. So we did that. We also had our Service Years Award. We've had some 20-year service recipients, 15, 10, and 5. And what that tells us is that a lot of people who start working for CRIROP, they like to stay there for a while. And it's because of them, continuity, the strength of the program continues to grow. And as they get better every year, which they seem to be doing, that only services our students a whole lot better. So I'm very pleased with that. And then we also had a very good budget report. It seems like every year for the last 20-plus years I've been with them, they've always have great budget reports, always have plenty of money, and there's nothing to worry about when it comes to them. So that was also good to hear. And one of the things that I think every board member from Redlands, Yucaipa, and Cone, there's never any public comment. So they, particularly Redlands, they like the idea that there's no public comment, right? I can only imagine what they go through at their end. So, Israel?
You know, I don't have anything. I did not make my foundation meeting, but all I know is that we are looking for a different venue. I think the Evening of Excellence will probably be at a different venue this coming year, but we're still looking at that. And if you want to donate, please go on to the CRIROP Foundation website and feel free to donate. Thank you.
Thank you for the update. We appreciate it. All right, this takes us to our superintendent's communique. Dr. Miranda.
Oh, thank you, Board President. Good evening, everybody. You guys still awake out there? Yeah. All right. So it's an honor to be here this evening, and all those online. Hopefully you're listening this evening to these great things that are happening in our district. I do want to mention a couple of things here, maybe three. First, I want to start off with an invitation to everybody, our parents, everybody out there. We are super excited to personally invite all of you to our first African American Parent Advisory Committee meeting, APAC, as we know it. It's the first meeting of the 25-26 school year. So this year we begin with a focus on scholarships and resources designed to open doors for students and strengthen support for their future success. So at this meeting, you're going to get some great information, and I want to, for our families, you're going to learn not only about valuable scholarship opportunities available to students, but also resources to support your child's journey through school and beyond. And then you'll be able to connect with other families and community leaders who are united and uplifting our students. So the date and time, on Monday, September 29th at 6 p.m. here in our CJUSD boardroom, also known as the Professional Learning Center at 900 East Washington. So we believe that together we can empower students to dream bigger, reach higher, and achieve more. And serving with purpose together as one district is our motto for the year. So we hope to see all of you here. The next slide, please. And just more in regards to increasing our parent engagement. On Saturday, very excited again and thrilled to announce that on Saturday, October 18th, along with Executive Cabinet, we are honored to host a special parent orientation at Colton High School. This is going to be dedicated to celebrating you, our parents, and equipping you with some important information about key initiatives in every division in our district. It's our way of saying thank you for the vital role that all of you play in our schools. So we're gonna do this. Thank you to Casey Robertson Nutrition Services. So the morning is going to begin with a delicious breakfast prepared again by our amazing nutrition service team in the NPR, followed by some information, hopefully inspiring presentations at 9 a.m. in the Whitmer Auditorium. There's more planning that's happening. Katie Orloff, our Director of Communications, is taking the lead on that. So please, parents and everybody, watch for more details as the date approaches. Can't wait to honor all of our parents, the strength that you bring and the partnership to another successful school year. All right, so one more. We're so proud of our culinary pathway. We want to spotlight this program. Just proud to share that Colton High School's culinary pathway the pathway has been selected to be featured during the Advancing California Apprenticeship Summit. It's a statewide gathering of apprenticeship leaders, public officials, educators, employers, and community partners. Pardon me? I'm sorry. This is going to happen on Wednesday, October 8th at 9:30 a.m. The summit participants will tour our culinary program as part of our showcase of innovative pre-apprenticeship models for across the region. It's a great and tremendous opportunity to highlight the talent that we have here in Colton and the dedication, all this future-ready skills that our students have. So I am looking forward to sharing the excellence of Colton High School with leaders from across California. So that's going to be very awesome. You see our beautiful culinary building at Colton High. It's just amazing what we're doing there in our district at Colton High School with our culinary program. And with that, that is my communique this evening.
Thank you, Dr. Miranda. We appreciate that. Okay, this brings us to board member comments, and we will begin this evening with board member Thoreen Ojeda.
Tonight's presentation from La Sierra University is really encouraging. There are so many kids who don't really understand that you can go to school, don't understand that whole concept. So for us to be able to provide something like that for all of our kids, and I hope we can really get behind it, because we have a lot of kids in this community who probably could go to school if they really understood how to do it. Avid does a great job, but there's still other kids that we need to reach. Because we all know, as Dan was talking, when you get a better education, you have a better future, and it affects the entire family. And I'm really excited that we're doing that. And of course, I want to congratulate Missy on her award tonight. So that's all. Thank you.
Board member Sandoval. All right, thank you. Board member Ibarra.
Thank you, Dan. Also, I want to take the opportunity to thank Dr. Mooney, he's still here, for bringing Dr. Arthur here from Loma Linda. Not Loma Linda, La Sierra. I'm thinking Loma Linda. Yeah, they're next. Because, like I mentioned earlier, opportunity is always something that we want to provide our students, and a direction. So this is just one of many opportunities that they could take advantage of, and we're hoping that we can at least pave the way by associating ourselves with them, bringing some of their staff over to our schools so that our students can meet them, or taking our students to them. This way that they become more familiar with and that would tie us with La Sierra in that sense. So it'll be great. As we well know, too, that many of our students, really don't leave the area after high school, per se. And being that it's just down the street on the freeway, it could be more something that their parents could also support in a lot of ways. You don't have to pay dorm and food costs, as we all know how that can go. So that'll be something that we can promote and push. The other thing I just want to bring and ask is the fact that the gentleman who came in talking about the athletic trainer and at Bloomington High School, I was curious to know how long has our original athletic trainer has been out, and how long have we known that she was going to be out for maternity leave. And how come, my question is, how come the athletic director did not reach out, or did they reach out to get a substitute? Because this is something that we've discussed time and time again over the years, that we need to have someone there for our athletes, available not only for the football, but for volleyball and all the winter sports that are available. And we can't go without that. And, you know, what he quoted as far as injuries, yes, the higher percentages, if you've ever played sports or familiar with it in any way, happens during practice. And so I'm just more curious how come we hadn't taken care of this issue and it wasn't addressed and wasn't brought to our attention, not ours particularly, but to the attention of administration by the people who should have brought that to their attention, so that our students would stay safe. You know, that's one of the things that we promote, safety within our schools, and that's something that I take real serious. If they are not doing their job, we need to know. And if they did, who dropped the ball along the way, who did not bring that? Because we should not, I'll be honest with you, we should not have a parent coming to us addressing this issue. And they should not be put in that position to do that in any way. And since he came up, you know, and I know that wasn't easy for him, but he felt it was important enough to do that. So, you know, that bothers me. So I just like to see, you know, what happened and why did the parent have to come when that, you know, that should not have happened at all, period. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Ibarra. Dr. Miranda, if you can follow up with us via email, we appreciate it.
We will.
Board Member Haro.
I want to thank everyone for being here this evening. We had some really great presentations. And I want to thank Dr. Ortiz for the immigration, I don't know what you want to call them, the videos that you did. Yes, I listened in on one of them. And you know, like you said, you told a lot of it was, you know, the same information as last year. But there was one key thing that you mentioned that it really hit home for me when you said it. You spoke that that we need to, our schools need to do better. They need to, not only when they get these health, you know, their health cards or whatever, that they need to also have on there, besides who to contact if a child gets injured, but who to contact in case their family members get taken by ICE. You know, I don't think that was something we had thought of before, and now it's a reality, and we're seeing it happen, you know, in other districts, thankfully, but that doesn't mean it can't happen here. And I think it's good because you said if we don't have that alternate person on that form, then we have to call CPS. You know, and these students are already going to be traumatized losing family members, and then having to turn them over to CPS is unthinkable. So I want to thank you for that. And in fact, I brought it up, it was in my board member comments at our CRIROP meeting as well. And UKIPA and Redlands had not thought of that also, and they were very grateful and for that information and that we were doing that. So I just wanted to really thank you for that. So, yeah.
I just want to add something to that. 2 weeks ago, just so we could have some reality, I was going to work driving up C Street, only to notice some ICE vehicles at the corner of 9th and C Street. They had a whole family, father, mother, grandmother, tied up with zip ties on the curve. But also what took notice is that they had, I would say, a 12-year-old, a 10-year-old, and probably a 6-year-old tied up with zip ties, all seeing the curves. The kids were crying. And as I was driving through, I'm always saying, keep on going, Frank. You know, I felt like stopping and saying something because I noticed that their front door was broken in. Like they had just busted through the front door and dragged them out. So that's just down the street from where I live. And, you know, they're here. And, you know, you may not see them, but I saw them, and it wasn't pleasant what I saw. So I just want to add that.
Thank you for sharing that. Whew. Board Member Fuentes.
Thank you, Board President. Just wanted to say thank you, everyone, for coming out. My apologies, I haven't had a vehicle. I finally have one, and it broke down today. Bought it, broke down today, but it's something very simple. We'll get it fixed tomorrow, and I'll be back on the road. And I'll be out again, visiting schools, going out to activities and stuff. I have some DJing to do around the district for some college and career days and some other events that are coming up. And I just want to apologize for not being around, but I'm back. So as of Monday, I should be ready to roll out to the schools and go out to some of those activities. I also wanted to just thank La Sierra University for coming out and sharing. You heard the story of Jacqueline. You know, it's one of those things that for me, it's a big impact when you have students who can share things like that and go back and say, thank you, Mom and Dad. Thank you, Mom and Dad, for being part of my education, for being part of what you've done. Also, going back to other teachers and saying, thank you, whatever teacher it was, or whatever administrator it might have been, or whatever nutrition person it could have been, or our M&O partners, because like they say, it takes a village. It takes a village for our students, but if we don't teach them, they will come back and burn it. I don't know if you guys know that. So that's the end of that. That's the end of that saying. And I think it was Dr. Miranda and I who heard that at a session where it does take a village, but if we don't know how to teach them, they will come back and burn it. So it is an opportunity for us, and I want to thank them for opening those doors for our students to go out there. And I'm hoping that even our adult school might get involved into that. You know, maybe those parents that want to go back to school. My dad didn't get his degree till he was 55 years old. He got his master's degree in theology and counseling and was actually getting his doctorate. But in 2009, cancer did take him home. But it's an opportunity for all of our students and even our adults. One other thing I wanted to share, and it's an honor to share this. I have been nominated for the CALSA Impact Award, which is the Inland Empire chapter of California Association of Latino Superintendents and Administrators. So it is an honor to be nominated, to be part of that. I wanted to share this news with everybody because I'm excited. I'm excited. I never thought something like this. I never look for recognition. I never do, because what I do it from the heart, and I do it with a lot of humbleness for everyone. But to be nominated for this, I really don't know who nominated me. But it will take place on October 23rd, and if you want to come out, let me know. I'll give you the address. I'd love for your support, for you to be there and support me. They're asking me how many people are coming out. I told them, well, maybe about 20,000. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. So it's just an honor to be nominated for this Impact Award through CALSA and our superintendents, Latino superintendents, and administrators. That's all I have this evening. Thank you, everyone. Have a great weekend, and watch out for that rain.
Thank you, Board Member Fuentes. Board Member Bertha Flores.
Yeah, Dr. Tom Day, Day of Community Services this Monday at Wilson Elementary School from 4 to 6. And we'd like to see community members attend and help. It's a beautification project for Wilson Elementary School. We're anticipating the community to come out and celebrate what Dr. Tom was all about. We don't want to forget what his legacy is. And, you know, there's going to be music, there's pan dulce, nachos, and supplies will be provided. So you just come with your energy and your spirit. So hope to see you there this Monday at Wilson from 4 to 6. Good evening.
Great, thank you for sharing that, Bert. That's good to know. All right. Well, I'm going to take a point of personal privilege here and just share something, because last meeting we had the opportunity to adjourn in memory of Bernie Ojeda. But I didn't have an opportunity to share much about his life or legacy. Part of that is because he was so tight-lipped about so many of the things that he had done, but we knew that he had done a lot. And so I want to thank Joanne Thoreen Ojeda, Board Member Thoreen Ojeda, for allowing me to have a little bit of an insight. And she shared with me a letter that was sent to her from someone who served with Bernie in the Vietnam conflict. And so if you'll just allow me a few minutes, I'd like to share excerpts from that letter written about Bernie. And this is a letter from Captain Arnold Sampson, a native of Baltimore and one of the few black U.S. Army helicopter medevac pilots who flew during the Vietnam War. From March 1968 until late February of 1970, I served as a medical evacuation helicopter pilot. My unit was the 68th Medical Detachment and was located in Chu Lai, Vietnam. The general call sign for the medical evacuation mission was Dust Off. The Huey aircraft we flew had no machine guns nor door gunners, so we flew into uncertain situations which could often turn hostile quickly. Our sole job was to extract sick, injured, and wounded personnel who needed to get to a medical facility. Pilots were celebrated because they had to get an expensive helicopter from their home heliport out to a location which was often in the middle of nowhere, pick up the injured, get them back to the hospital, and then get that $250,000 aircraft back to its home heliport. We were like the football quarterbacks. When things went well, the crew was intact, and the ship was still flight-worthy. But the true heroes were the men in the back of the chopper. They were the real heroes because they were well-trained, tireless, and courageous soldiers who had to expose themselves to hostile fire to assist in getting patients on board. These men were like the wide receivers who score the touchdowns, and in football, touchdowns win games. Of special note were medics like Bernard Ojeda Sr. Medics had to commence emergency medical care that involved giving gravely wounded men something to stop them from bleeding out at the same time while comforting them and giving them the hope that they would survive both the ride and the care that was coming. And there were no bad medics. Still, there was something intense and great about Bernard. The only thing bigger than the courage exhibited by the crewmen was the modesty they often showed when they returned stateside. That quality applies to Bernard. Some of his actions were so inspiring that I eventually wrote a book about my experiences and mentioned him by name several times. The book is entitled Dust Off, More Than Met the Eye. One reference to Bernard in the book was that he was so successful in aiding gravely wounded GIs that I wondered if he had 13 hands. And I don't know how many men he helped or saved, but there had to be a ton of them. Grandchildren are walking the earth today who would not have been born had Bernard not helped save their grandfathers. Bernard was quiet and unassuming and an incredible presence on the missions during which we flew together. Many years after the war was over, I learned that Bernard worked in the emergency room of one of the 2 hospitals where my unit delivered patients. He asked to be assigned to the dust-off unit because he wanted to be closer to critical moments when emergency medical care was first needed. Now, nothing in Vietnam was truly safe, but working in a hospital was much safer than sitting in the back of an unarmed helicopter. The fact that Bernard requested to be assigned to us speaks volumes about his courage and dedication to saving lives. And a few years ago, I received a letter with the name Ojeda on the return address block. I'd only met one Ojeda in my entire life, and I was surprisingly guarded about reading the letter. When it came to my P.O. box, I opened the envelope in my car, and when I read the first sentence, I knew it was from Bernard. I did not read further until I was sitting in front of my computer because I wanted to be able to type a heartfelt response, irrespective of what Bernard had to say about me. I wanted him to know that I thought he was a superb medic, and if he was writing 30-some years later to criticize me, so be it. Instead of criticism, I was shocked to read a totally unexpected apology. Bernard said that he wanted to apologize for not standing up to a few unit mates that did not want him to praise me for landing a damaged aircraft on a Marine base not too far from our heliport. During that flight, the collective control, the one that allowed us to rise or descend, had been crippled by a bullet to the sleeve inside the engine. That bullet came through the windshield of the ship on what was supposed to be a routine mission. Bernard responded quickly with a burst from the M16 sitting in his lap. That might have saved the ship from having even more hits. And for a good while, we could not get the ship to descend, and it seemed like we were destined to run out of fuel and simply drop out of the sky. With God seeming to control my hands, I was able to get the disabled ship to slowly slide to a landing like it was a fixed-wing plane. Thanks to Bernard, that unconventional solution, which no textbook I had read covered, is responsible for all of us finishing that mission in one piece and unhurt. Frankly, I think Bernard's fast response to return fire was also a factor in how things worked out. When you see a Vietnam veteran, consider shaking his hand or giving him a hug. Please join me in asking God to watch over Bernard Ojeda Sr. The time to give special people their flowers is while they are still alive and can see them. And if you can find it in your heart, say a prayer for this good and brave man. We have heroes that are amongst us. And unfortunately, not all of their stories get told. And I'm grateful to just share a snippet of what Bernie did for this country when he served, let alone what he did in his many years of service in law enforcement, protecting families and children and schools and students as a school resource officer. And Joanne, I want to thank you again for sharing him with us. And we absolutely are praying for you, and we are praying for him, and we are blessed for having known Bernie. So thank you for that. Oh, you want to show the picture? And we have, I don't know that I ever really saw Bernie smile all that much when he was here in the meetings, but that is an awesome picture with Bernie's smile. And in many ways, I think he's still in the back of the room, sitting there watching over all of us, making sure that we get in safely and we get out safely, and I appreciate that. Absolutely. Thank you for that, and we will go ahead and adjourn into closed session. to address coming from closed session. First item is item 12.1, student discipline and revocation. There was one student discipline item presented in closed session. Is there a motion to uphold the expulsion order as presented?
I'll move.
I have a motion by Board Member Fuentes. Is there a second? Second by Board Member Thorin Ojeda. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions? Hearing none, the expulsion order is upheld as presented, 7-0. For student discipline item, or excuse me, for student ID number 1076445. All right. Item 12.2, in closed session on a motion by Board Member Fuentes and seconded by Board Member Thorin Ojeda and carried on a 7-0 vote, the board approved the personnel public employee appointments as posted on the agenda. In item 12.3, in closed session on a motion by Board Member Haro and seconded by Board Member Fuentes, and on a 7-0 vote, the board appointed Jenny Preciado, Assistant Principal at Grand Terrace High School. Congratulations. And then item 12.4, in closed session on a motion by Board Member Fuentes and seconded by Board Member Bertha Flores, carried on a 6-0 vote with Board Member Haro abstaining, the board approved the superintendent's 2025 evaluation as presented. That is all that we have, so get home safe.